The gospel that I would like to reflect on this night, it's in John chapter 21, verses 15 through 19. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than this?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Truly, truly, I say to you, when you were young, you fastened your own belt and walked where you would. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will fasten your belt for you and bring you where you do not wish to go." This he said to show by what death he was to glorify God. And after this, he said to him, "Follow me." Peter, do you love me more than this? Don't you think, brothers, this is a very uncomfortable question for Peter in this moment? I mean, if Jesus would have asked the same question a few days ago, maybe during the Last Supper, "Peter, do you love me more than this?" Jesus, of course I love you, even more. I will die for you. I'm willing to give up my whole life for you. I love you, of course. But now, things are different. Peter, do you love me more than this? And we can put ourselves in the shoes of Peter and think, if I answer yes, it doesn't fit with my denials because I abandoned Jesus in the most important moment of his life, when he was about to die for me on the cross. But if I answer no, that's not true either, because in the deep of my heart, I still want to love Jesus. I still want to follow him. So, Peter's answer is just undecided. And in the original Greek, Jesus asked Peter, "Peter, agapas me more than this?" And Peter answered, "Philose, Lord." And we all know the difference between agapao and phileo, that agapao is a higher way of love. But Peter didn't dare to say agapose, Lord. Jesus, did you know how difficult was this question for Peter? Yes, he did. But he wanted to show something important to Peter. Probably one of the most important things of his vocation. And Jesus seemed not to be satisfied with Peter's answer. And he asked again, but this time easier. "Peter, agapas me?" Just that, not more than this. But Peter's answer was the same. "Philose, Lord." And then again, Jesus asked by third time. But this time, even easier. "Peter, philes me?" And Peter answered, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. And we might read the gospel and say, well, I think that's a fairly good answer. But no, actually, that's the perfect answer. That's the answer Jesus was waiting for. Because Peter, in this answer, did two things. First, he opened his heart. Jesus, I don't dare to say that I love you, but you know everything. And here's my heart. No words. Just take it as it is. And the second thing Peter did is that he recognized that the main character of this story, the main character of his own vocation, it is not himself. It's Jesus. Now, it's not anymore, I love you, Jesus. I know that I love you. I would die for you. No. Now, it's Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. And he recognizes that everything is founded on God's love. Before was Peter trying to reach God's mercy by his own strength. Before was Peter saying, I love you, and with my love, I will try to reach your heart. But now, it's God's mercy, it's God's love who is trying to reach Peter's heart. And look how it's going down. Peter, ¿agapas me more than this? Peter, ¿agapas me? Peter, ¿filéis me? It is going down towards Peter's heart. And now, Jesus is here, going down towards your heart. And this answer that Peter gave is the foundation, not only of his own vocation, but the foundation of our own vocation as well. Because we recognize in this answer that we are not the main characters of this vocation. Yes, we are here probably very far away from our family, from our home, and we have this temptation of thinking, I love Jesus. But actually, it doesn't work like that. Jesus has loved us first, and we just have to answer. This is the religious life, an answer, and that's it. An answer to that unchanging love of God. And finally, I want to invite you, brothers, this night to listen to that same question, to that same question. Do you love me? And then try to answer like Peter. Open your heart. Recognize that we are not the main character of this story. It's Jesus, his love, that he has loved us first, and we just have to answer to that love. And since his love is unchanging, then listen to those words, those final words Jesus said to Peter, that once you heard, probably a few years ago, and then Jesus wants to repeat them to you with the same love, with the same unchanging love, with the same illusion for you. Follow me.